You know, some stories of sacrifice are so incredible, they completely redefine what it means to win. Today we are diving into one of the greatest last stands in all of history, the story of the Battle of Pawankhind. It's the amazing tale of loyalty, guts, and the promise that was sealed in blood all the way back in 17th century India, and it all centers on a king who dared to challenge an entire empire. So, picture this. The year is 1660. Monsoon rains are hammering down, and the mighty Panhala Fort has become a prison. Inside, the Maratha king Shivaji Maharaj is completely cut off. Outside, a massive army from Bijapur Sultanate has him surrounded. Honestly, the situation looks about as hopeless as it can get. The Siege of Panhala has been dragging on for months. Shivaji and his soldiers are hugely outnumbered, and every single day, the enemy's grip just gets tighter and tighter. He's running out of options and he knows it. The strategy of deception. He realizes he can't fight his way out of this one. He's going to have to think this way out. The enemy commander Siddi Jauhar had one single objective: capture Shivaji Maharaj alive. For the new Maratha Empire, a beacon of Hindu self-rule against these powerful sultans, the stakes just could not have been any higher. To escape an ironclad siege like this, you come up with a plan that's so bold, so full of deception that your enemy just doesn't see it coming until it's way too late. Chapter 2: The Great Deception. First up, Shivaji Maharaj sends a message out basically proposing a fake truce just to get the enemy commander to lower his guard. Then the real masterstroke, a barber named Shiva Kashid, who happened to look a whole lot like the king, agrees to be a decoy. He'll let himself get captured to buy them precious time. Finally, in all the confusion under cover of a wild storm, Shivaji Maharaj and 600 of his absolute best soldiers would slip out. The whole plan works perfectly. Shiva Kashid plays his role so well that by the time the Bijapur forces figured out they have been tricked, Shivaji Maharaj is already miles away. But when they realize what's happened, the enemy commander Siddi Masud became furious. He immediately sends his army in a massive all-out pursuit. The race is on as Shivaji Maharaj and his men are desperately racing towards the safety of another fort, Vishalgad. The sounds of the pursuing army are getting louder and louder behind them. They're closing in fast, and it becomes crystal clear that not everyone is going to make it unless someone stays behind to make a stand. Bajiprabhu's promise. This is the moment where a commander became a true legend. Bajiprabhu Deshpande. He was a fierce warrior and a deeply loyal commander who sees exactly what needs to be done. He turns to be his king and makes a decision that will literally go through history. He will stay behind and hold the line. Bajiprabhu and a small group of his soldiers will make their last stand at this narrow mountain passage called Gajapur Pass. His promise to Shivaji Maharaj is very simple, but absolute. He and his men will block that pass until they hear the sound of cannons fires from the Vishalgad fort. The signal that their king is finally safe. The battle at the Bottleneck. This small band of warriors stood there ready to face an entire army for the dreams of the Swarajya, or self-rule for all their people. You have got 300 soldiers against a pursuing army of around 10,000. Odds were completely impossible, and their only real ally was the ground they were standing on. The Gajapur Pass was incredibly narrow, just 15 feet wide in some places, creating a perfect natural bottleneckness. It meant the massive Bijapur army couldn't use its number against them. For hours, the battle was a chaotic storm of steel. Bajiprabhu and his men, many famously wielding two swords at once, became a human wall. They fought like lions with a ferocity born of pure devotion and threw back every single charge the enemy launched. They managed to withstand 3 massive, separate assaults. Just think about the sheer chaos, exhaustion, and resolve it took to throw back thousands of soldiers in 3 times. The final siege. Right in the middle of all, it was Bajiprabhu. It was Bajiprabhu who was badly injured. He was badly wounded, but he just refused to fall, propping himself up to inspire his men while listening for the sound that would mean his sacrifice wasn't for nothing. And then it came through all the noise of the battles. The deep booming echo of cannons rolling through the mountains. Signal Shivaji Maharaj was safe. Bajiprabhu had kept his word, his duty was done. Only then did the great warrior finally allow himself to fall. Tactically, on paper, this was a total loss as the Maratha rear guard was wiped out. But strategically, it was one of the most important victories imaginable. By sacrificing a few hundred men, they saved their kings and the future of their entire movement. The price was staggering. Bajiprabhu, his brother Phulaji Prabhu, and almost every one of the 300 soldiers gave their lives. But they took down over 1,200 enemy soldiers with them. To honor this unbelievable sacrifice, Shivaji Maharaj himself named the Gajapur Pass. From that day forward, it would be known as Pawankhind, which means the sacred pass, sanctified by the blood and loyalty of the heroes who fell there. Story shows that true victory is measured by the cause you save, the promise you keep, and legend born from ultimate sacrifice.